Am I audible? Somraj? Hello.
Yes, you are audible. Correctly, you are audible. You can continue.
Okay, okay, thank you. When pointers, if you remember in this program, when I use the address and I use the pointer to store that address, you remember that this pointer p has connected to this value. Okay, so whenever I change the value of p, it actually change the value of this x variable. Okay, it is because the x variable has a fixed address. Okay, and when I change the fixed address's value, then obviously that address's value changes, and when I try to access that address's name, obviously the x's value also change. So thus, this is the using this pointer and functions. Okay. So first we will write our code. Okay. Now this something we don't need to know for now. Now we will let's do the function. Swap function. Swap function. I think swap function are great example. Okay. Swap function, we will create two swap function. Okay. One swap function will not okay, we will not take the value of the swap function. Okay, as a what you call it reference. We will not take as a reference. Take it as a value. Okay. Call by reference we will do another that is called by value. So we will see that both cases are they working same or not. Okay, let's do that. For example, we will write here void swap, and in here we will do star a, also in star b, and within here we will write some swapping methods. There are multiple swapping methods. There are even one liner swapping method. There are even XOR swapping method. You decide what you want. I will go for the classic way. That is, we will create a temporary variable and we will store that. Okay, temporary variable equals to star a. Now this star is actually a pointer that is pointing towards a variable. Now that variable has a value, obviously. And when I give this star, it means what? It means the value at that address. That is actually the value of that variable. Okay. So obviously this star a is the value of that variable. So we gave the x variable, and now we are changing that x's variable with y's variable maybe star b. And since we have already stored the a's variable in a temporary element or temporary integer, we are going back and we will give b that value. Okay, so b equals 10. So here, okay, we are done with this. Now if I write here int a equals to 5, 5 or comma int b 10. So in the comparison, the specific type of what you call it address. Okay, let's do this. We are going to print them first. Okay, to just to show you guys that yes, the value of a is 5 and value of b is 10. Percent d, percent b, and we are going to print a and b. So we have printed the value of a. Now what we are going to do, we will use the swap function. Okay, so let's do the swap function. SWP swap. What does this swap accept? This swap accepts two pointers. Pointer meaning it will store what? It will store an address. So if there is pointer, that means you have to send an address to this guy, obviously to this parameter. So what address should I give this guy? Obviously, you can see, you can cut out this star, and what you will cut out one star, and what you will remain with, that is this normal int. So basically, you are going to give an address of an integer. That is what this means. So you're going to cut out once. If there is two stars, for example, let's say there is two stars. So if there is two star, obviously you are going to give the address of something that contains this. Okay. Okay. You guys understand this? Okay. Done. Let's give the address. When you give addresses, you give and you give the a value.
If you guys have any question, you can ask in the chat box and we will definitely reply that.
Also, Somaraj, if there's a question toward me, please also tell me, because I'm not checking the chat box. So it would be really helpful if you guys please tell me the questions. Okay.
Yes, yes, sure, Diptodeep. You just continue.
Okay. So here is printf. Now we change the value, that is a and b. Let's see our swap function worked or not. Okay. So guys, let's check it. What do you save it? First, you save it. You save, obviously it's your folder. So save it as third dot third pointer dot c. Okay, I have saved it. Now it's done, and we will minimize it. Yes. Okay. Guys, hold on, wait. Okay, GCC third dot c. We're going to compile, and our compilation is done. So let's see our code worked or not, and how do you execute the code? You say a dot exe. Okay, see, as you can see, first in the first printing, we can size and piece value is 10. Okay, in the source value changed and age value became which one is okay. So in the second printing, we are also printing A and B in the same order, but as you can see, the value has changed. It has been swapped. Now, if we were doing this integer, what would have this happened? So obviously, it would accept an integer. So let's cut this out. Let's cut the pointers out. Let's do all this, that. Okay. Now, if I do this, this will not actually change the value. Do you guys know why? Does anybody knows? Let me see in the chat. Does anybody knows why this will not work? Anyone? Okay.
Yeah, someone said that call by value, not call by reference.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
I
it's Moyo.
Okay. So this is actually call by value, not call by reference. What call by value happens, if you remember in this class of functions, you will notice that when we created, when we call a function, system actually creates a stack. Okay, and in each stack, it creates the value. Okay, it creates the value. Now, when we pass parameters, system by itself creates a new value, actually copy of that thing. Okay, it does not create, it does not take the reference of that thing, of that variable that you are sending, but rather copy of it. So whatever you copy, whatever you changes make, whatever changes you make stays within the function. Okay, I hope I'm clear. Whatever changes you make stays within the function. When you give a address, that is a pointer that can hold an address, that is this way. Let's give the addresses back, and let's give them ampersands back. So this time you are not actually sending the this time you're not actually sending the address. Okay. By the way, sorry, my bad. This time you're not actually sending the values. You're actually sending the address. So basically, whenever changes happen on that address's value, that is maybe it was 5, you change it to 10, or maybe it was 5, you change it to maybe 15 or 20, whatever you have changed made, that will permanently occur in your system. Now, this is also the reason, if you guys know, that when you send an array to this, for example, if I create an array, let's create an array, guys, int, maybe like array, ARR, and let's give three elements. Let's take three elements, 1, comma 2, comma 3. Done. And let's change the three, some to five, maybe 5. Okay, let's do that. Okay. So what we are going to do, void change, int star ARR. Now, if you guys remember, that ARR means array, that is actually a pointer that has an address. Address of what? Address of the first element. So array is a pointer that has an address of the first element. So if we are sending this, that is also equivalent to this. This also means the same, basically saying that you are getting an array, and this also means that you are getting a pointer of the the address of an array, and that you are storing this into a pointer. Okay, let's change the values. Let's do some changes. That is, maybe I am changing 3 to with 4. Okay, how do you do that? Here are obviously the element that is on the 0, 1, 2 on the second block equals to, you change it to 5 maybe. Now this change is permanent. Why? Because you have just sent a address. That address's value will change to this. The 2. Now you may ask that দাদা এই ফর্মে ছিল তো জিনিসটা, তা কেন এই ফর্মে কেন? অবভিয়াসলি চলো তাহলে ফর্মটাও পাল্টে দিই আমরা. Let's change the form too, guys. How do you change the form of this? Does anyone know? Can anyone tell me how to change that form into that star form? That if I want to write this error 2, okay, someone already said error 2 plus error 2, okay, star error 2 plus, okay, and equals to 5. That is true. That is true. In that will be this form. This form. Okay. Now, if you can notice that this form kind of looks like this and that. Okay. If you guys notice this, so basically you are doing almost exact same thing. Basically, you are changing at some address. You are changing the value at some address. Now let's see our changes has been done or not. We are going to call that function. Give me a moment.
You guys can answer in the chat box.
Okay, so guys, let's do that first. First of all, can you guys tell me how do you write the code of iteration of the array? How do you guys write the iteration of the array? Anyone? Using for simple loop, but I want the exact code. So can anyone? Anyone? For int I equals to, okay, but no, that is what I'm talking about. Yes. I want to print that. So basically, what I want to do is I want to print that array, each element of that array. So I want to, obviously, Anushka said that int 0 or int I equals to 0, and Shruti also said int I equals to 0 less than 3. That is true, but I want to print that. So I want the whole thing. But okay, let's do this. You guys are right. Okay, okay. This will be 3 because we are going up to 3, and we are going to print it. Print error I. Someone said yes. Actually, that is actually wrong, but let's do it. Okay, we are done with this. So basically, we are printing each and every element. Now, after that, we are going to call the change function, and we see that change is happening or not, because we have sent the array as a what? What have we sent? Okay. So we have sent the array as an what? Reference, right? Right. We have not sent the array as a value. So since we have sent it as a reference, any changes we make is permanent. So we will see that whether we change, whether the value of 3 changed or not. Okay, let's go for it. Change. What we are going to send? We are going to send error. See, when you sending the base address, you can send the error. Okay, or you can send the ampersand error 0. These two both means same. Am I clear? That error 0 this way is equals to error, because the error is the base address of the first element, address of the first element, and this is the first element, and this way we can send the address of it. So basically we are sending the address of the first element. In both cases both are same, so you can use whatever you want, but I want to use error because that causes less amount of keystrokes. Done. And we are going to print it again, so obviously copy paste. Let's see, let's run it. Can anybody guess what will the changes occur or not? That pointer. Oh, there is a semicolon. Oh, print function. Someone actually said the print will print if, and I also print. My bad, sorry guys. Let me save this. Save this. Okay. Okay, it's successfully compiled. Now let's go and call the a.exe file. Okay, so if you can see, this first 3 is the first 3 time we printed, and second 3 is the moment we change it. I think adding a print /n would be good. So let's add a /n so you can understand it. Here I'm going to add a /n printf \n semicolon. Okay, we will save it. We're going to our terminal. On the third. Okay, so if you guys can notice, this 1, 2, 3 is the first time when we printed the array, and second time when we printed the array. Hold on, guys. Give me 2 minutes.
Till then, you can actually utilize the chat box to ask your doubts, and we will actually answer them.
Okay, guys, I'm back. There was some family commotions. Let's get on with the topic. Okay, so this is our code and it is running fine. So I hope you guys understand what is call by references and call by value is. Call by value actually doesn't include any addresses. When you send an address to a function, that is known as call by reference. And when you send the value of a something, value of a address, that is known as call by value. So what is the difference? Again, I am saying this. The difference is when you make any changes using call by value, it stays within that function. When you go out of that function, be it another recursive function of the same function, be it there, wherever there is, the value will stay within that function. Okay, and when you give call by reference, whenever you change the value of that address, when whatever that address's value is, maybe it's 10, maybe it's 20, maybe it's 50, it can be 1,000. Okay, whenever you make that change is permanent. So this is called by value and called by reference. Okay, so we are done with the call by reference, call by value, functions and pointers. Now we are going to learn pointer and safety. Actually, there is nothing to, actually, to be honest, there is nothing to write here, but I'm gonna briefly explain what I want to say. This topic is not that deep. Call by safety and the safety in pointer and safety in total in safety or memory leaks. Basically that. In C, C is also known as very vulnerable and very efficient, very prone to error. Code, coding language. The reason is the unskilled developers can easily forget to stop memory safety. For example, in our case, when we created this malloc, okay, so when we created this malloc, we actually created a memory leakage problem here. If you guys know that what that is, I'm gonna explain what that is. Okay, so memory leakage problem is whenever you allocate some memory, you should always delete that memory, because unlike Python and unlike Java, C doesn't come up with its own and personal garbage collectors. So whenever whatever mess you make in the program, it will stay in the system forever. So in order to stop that, those are obviously, you don't want some small things in your system forever. Okay, so in order to stop that, when you create, when you allocate it, you can just call this free queue. Now it's safety pro. It doesn't have much problem. Now you may wonder that we have already created this. Actually, you can actually delete it from your system using the temp variable. That is where the place all the temporary variable. Doesn't the OS clean it up? No, actually it doesn't. In Windows it doesn't. Oh, in maybe in Linux it does, but in Windows it doesn't. I have seen it multiple times. It actually fills your storage up. It actually makes your storage very laggy. So whenever you are doing this, be sure to free the spaces. Not only free, for example, dangling pointer. If you guys have any concept of linked list, okay, I will give you guys a brief about linked list. Here is a brief. Linked lists are basically structures. Structures, we will get that in a, basically a memory storage. Okay, just so you know, these are memory storage. Okay, now these two memory storage are connected using a pointer. And now the pointer is connected obviously. When you delete this guy, for example, I deleted this guy. I deleted this guy too. This connection still stays. So you must make sure you delete this connection too. How you do that? Obviously, when you are going to read about DSA more, you guys are going to learn about this, what is linked list, tag, queues, and stuff. But for now, let's understand this much, that yes, those are problematic. We should clear those dangling pointers, as well as whenever we are allocating something, be it anything. For example, this is a normal array, that is we are allocating using malloc. You can also allocate, for example, like double pointers. You can create a matrix, okay, using this malloc, and within that malloc, each and every pointer you can also malloc allocate it. So you can create a lot of things using this dynamic. But whatever you have created, very uh, what you call it, suggestive to say that please delete whatever you have allocated. Now whatever you haven't allocated, for example, this array has a lifetime. Whenever the program is, this array ends. That is his lifetime. But this guy's lifetime stays because it's a pointer. You make sure that you have you when you created this, the system made sure that that specific address is being manipulated. That specific address, this guy does have address, but that is not something initialized properly. This guy is initialized properly, so obviously do that. So our topic on the data pointer safety is done. Now let's go into structures. Now, if you guys are from Java background, I would like to know how many of you are from Java background or Python background. Those who have the knowledge of I mean the higher languages. Anyone?
At first, I would like to know that how many of you are from Java background. Please raise your
Yes.
hands.
Anushka D and Suti, Samir.
Come on, guys. I do not believe many of you are from ICC background. So raise up your hands if you had known Java earlier.
Yes, guys, please do make the chat interactive. If you guys are from Java background or maybe Python background, if you have any knowledge of classes and objects, do say it in the chat. Yes, I do have the knowledge of classes and objects.
Yes.
Yes, some. Okay, okay. There are few of you who have the knowledge of classes and objects. If you guys have knowledge of classes and objects, okay, let's create our another file. Control N. So this file will be obviously on structures. Python. Okay, Python. Python is a good Python. Python also has the knowledge of classes and objects. Let's create some structures. A structure is basically your own variable type. If I am clear, okay. A structure is basically your own personal type of variable. Now, you don't want that old way of just integer, of what you call it, then doubles, strings. Obviously, those are pre-made. Now, you want some cluster of those pre-made variables. Am I clear? That I want to create a variable that is a cluster of those variables. For example, let's write this. So I have to give a name to the structure. For example, I name it maybe C igniters. Okay. So we have created the structures. Okay. Our structure is done. Now this igniter will have three things. Let's say our igniters will contain a name of our lead, maybe Somraj Bhakra. So we are going to say char. That is how you create the string. If you guys know that, I hope you guys have practiced it some way. Okay, so you guys say the char name, and we already initialize with some value, maybe 20. I hope Somraj Bhak's name is not more than 20 characters. But okay, go with it. Now, name
I am
and
not from South, bro.
okay, fine. Uh, char name, and let's give him a role that is also will be character array. Role that will also be 20 characters, maybe. Let's say. Now, this is I have created this structure. That structure will contain name and role. Okay. I hope you guys are understanding this. Now I am going to create. Now, if you guys are this is where the object part comes in. If you guys are familiar with that object, how creation, then you should also be familiar what this is happening. But if you guys don't have the idea of the object creation and class and object, let me tell you this. So basically, I already said what structure is. It's basically your custom variable that you have created. Okay, this is basically a custom variable that you have created, and this custom variable contains two member variables. These are called member variables. Okay, these are called what? Member variables. Two member variable, one is name and one is role. So let's create a value, let's create a variable out of your type of variable, the custom type you have made. Okay, so the custom type we have made is named igniters, struct igniters. Now you can obviously shorten this because obviously it's too big, so you can shorten this up, and you can shorten this up by saying IG, maybe IG. Or also we are also have to write type there. So basically any type of thing you are creating using type there, you can shorten the name. Okay, you can shorten the name, because when if I don't shorten the name, I have to write this much. Struct igniter, and then I have to write the name. For example, I have to write maybe like X. Okay, that is all that is I had to write. But now I don't have to write all that. I can just write this IG, IG, and then I have to write the variable name. Okay, that's how you do it. So this is simple. And IG, obviously you can see untitled definition in C. So it's basically it's showing that it is already defined in C. Here it is showing the definition of it. What is the definition? That is the structure. That is a structure, and it has two member variables, that is name and role. So I have created X, or maybe you can call it lead. Now this lead has two member variable. How do you assign this member variables data? Right? That's the question. How do we assign? Okay, let's do this. Lead dot name. Now this is how you access a member variable using dot. Using dot, you access the member variable. Now you can also do it using arrow, but those are different cases. Those are when you send the pointers. We're going to go there, but let's do this first. Let's take a name. Let's ask the user. Okay, printf enter lead name. Enter the lead name. So we are going to enter the lead name. Scanf percent s comma ampersand name dot, sorry, not name, ig dot role, not role, lead, sorry, my bad, role. Okay, so we have created is character string, or is what you call it, string, or maybe a character array, and we are taking this that input. Now if you guys know this trick or not, I don't know. Let me show you guys a trick. Now if you know that if you write this s, it will not take a space as an input. Does anybody know how to take space, including like in here using scanf? I want to also accept space. Does anybody know that syntax of that scanf? If you guys don't have the know the syntax, you can also say no, I don't know the syntax. Not getS. We can use getS, but I will tell you about the mistake that we have made regarding getS. But let's for now. I want to check that you guys know that syntax using scanf. If you guys don't know this, you can also say no. I would obviously love to know how many of you knows or not, but don't know. No idea. Okay, you can write this caps backslash n and close. This means that keep taking input until unless that percent C actually takes only one character. This actually means keep taking input until unless you press a backslash n. And backslash n means the next new line character. So basically, you will not stop taking the system will not stop taking input in this IG name until unless it faces some, okay, it faces some character or some new line character that is backslash n. Okay, so it will keep taking input of that, and we are also going to take the value Control P. That is the role. The low role. Enter role, and I will say ROLE role. Oh, R is caps. So make sure you give this variable's name properly, because obviously sometimes it may happen that you have given a small caps and upper caps, and obviously your code not gonna work. So I will print this back, that is using printf leads name %s backslash n get line. Actually, get line is not viable here. Okay, I don't want get line. Actually, we use get s, but we use f get s. We're going to go there. Hold on. Role %s, and the variable we have created. Of course, okay. Sorry guys, we have made one mistake. That is, this will not be ig. This will be a lead. This will be lead. Now, why lead? Because you have created a lead out of your custom type. Custom type, you have created a variable named lead. So obviously, you're going to give lead here. Lead here. Let's do this. Mm, lead dot name and lead dot role.
Mane, I
Let's
can
save the.
access the variables inside that structure by using dot, right?
Yes. If you are using normal way, then you have to use dot. But if you are using pointer, so many people do not know this, that when do you use dot and when do you use in the this sign, this arrow sign. Many people do not know that. We are going to get that part, but for now, let's say this dot lets you access the members. And when we send reference to a structure, meaning the address of the structure, we use arrow. Let's save this code, and let's say dot fourth pointer dot c. Now here is the thing. Let's run this. Now let's run. Now I want everyone to send their name, because we obviously need a new lead in future. So guys, give your names. Let's see the one who gives their name first will give the chance of becoming the lead for the future.
Okay, okay. I would
And
like to see how many of you are actually interested to lead a club,
Dishu,
especially
sorry
this
bro,
one.
you are first to stand first. Okay, okay.
Okay.
First is stand first, and we there are too many names. Too many names. The first name that came. Okay, so it didn't give. Oh, also had to give the value of the lead role. So let's do that next time. Let me just do this. Here is a problem with this code, that when you give the new line character, it actually skips the next new line character. So we have to write something. This is some error with C. You can say some mistake that C has. Scanf percent s is basically taking a new line character. So don't worry, guys. There's nothing new. Just C problems, natural C problems, char, ph, x, basic C problems, guys. Okay. And ampersand x. Java also has this problem. So let's try it again. Shall we? Okay, I actually done third one. Fourth. Compiled. Well, okay, now again I want the name. I want the name. I want the name. I want the name.
I think at first Anushka Deb. Okay. Take her name.
Again, Anushka Dev gave the first name.
Okay, I also hope
Okay.
that you become the lead next time.
Now you are going to give the name that is your role. That is maybe lead. The L took the and the name didn't took. So there is some mistake I think on our end. Very weird, guys. This happens a lot in C programming. Okay, let's use the basic syntax. This syntax is not working properly, maybe. So let's use the basic syntax. And someone says use JTS. So let's use JTS here. JTS. Not actually. It happens a lot in C. Yes, it happens a lot in C. So let's use JTS. Lead dot name percent is that is actually okay. So maybe I'm wrong with the syntax. Someone actually gave the syntax. Can try this one. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, first let's do this. Let's learn about GTS sometimes. This was missing. Yes, probably I am missing this. Let's save this, and we are also going to take a new line character. Maybe let's hope this works, guys. We just scan. We are missing some semicolon here. Semicolon. Okay, we're going back. Report pointer. See, this is the warning I'm talking about the JTS. That JTS actually doesn't ends with the end character. So basically, it gives a warning. That is why we don't use JTS often. We rather use FJTS, actually saying that yes, your input taking will end at some point. FJTS actually takes, I think, 3 values, three parameters, but it will still work, I guess. It did work. Okay, it did work. I guess it's working fine. Maybe an L is missing, so that L is getting consumed by here. If I do this, I think we are done. That error again. So enter the role. That will be lead. See, now we are done. Okay, we are done with this one. That is, you created a structure, you created member will. Obviously, there you can create. I have a assignment for you guys. Create a employee structure that will contain three, maybe. And if anyone is writing this, create an employee structure that will contain three things. One will be the amount he earns. One will be his pay hourly rate, and one will be how much he has worked, how much hour he has worked. Okay, so that will be great as an assignment. And if you guys can manipulate using that structure, you can do that. Okay.
Hey Diptodeep, sorry to interrupt you. Can you please write the assignment at the end of your session today so that we can share that in the group as well?
Yes, sure. I will write
Okay.
that. I will actually send this topic page where everything is written already, and I will also add the assignment here. So if you guys are interested on doing that assignment, I will give few more tasks for you guys, and we are also have a secret something later. So guys, please wait. So you have created this way. Now let's do it using this arrow. This arrow. How do you access using arrows? Okay, let's do that. So we are going to create something called void set data. So we are going to set the data of something. Okay, set the data of multiple roles, multiple leads, and maybe like we can have vice leads. Obviously, we can have them. So we are going to implement that. What we are going to accept here, we are going to actually accept the value. Okay, we are going to not value actually. Sorry, my bad. We are going to accept the pointer. Okay, the pointer. How do you accept the pointer? IG, obviously the type of your variable. Okay. So after you give the type, what do you give to insert a pointer? You give a star. You give a star. After that, what do? We give a name. For example, maybe like igniter, or maybe IG1, IG2, or maybe A. A, B, C is best. Let's give them a role. Let's do this same thing over there. Now, in this case, you cannot access using this dot. Why? Because when you send this A, it actually means this will be A and this will also be A. When you send using pointers, guys, when you send using pointers, you have to give the arrow, because arrow actually means the address. You saw the arrow we gave when we created a pointer, right? When we created a pointer, you guys saw that I have connected two arrows over there, right? That is because it actually connects like an arrow. That is also why when you create a structure, in order to access all the member variable, you give an arrow, basically saying that from this structure I want that. Now this structure is an at address, is in at a address, and through that address you are giving this, you are accessing this member variable. So you have to give an arrow. We are also going to give an arrow here. And now let's do it like this. Let's create an array of these, an array. So IGs or igniters, and this will be of size maybe three size is good. And obviously we're going to iterate using for loop. 3 IG dot, not dot actually, set data IGs G as IGs I, and we are going to give what? We are going to give the addresses. That is why ampersand before. So we are done with this. We are setting the data, and now we are also going to print the data. We are also going to print the data. The for loop is already there for tabs. Now we are going to start from 0, obviously up to 3. Obviously up to 3. We are going to print them. Printf, basic printf. What we are going to print? We are going to print the name, obviously name, %s, using %s short, \n, obviously a new line. We're going to print what? Role. Okay, we are printing name and role. Guys, can you guys tell me what will be the parameters that I'm going to pass here? Like, what should I write here? Does anyone have any idea what I have to write here? Anyone? What I have to write here in order to print the role and name? Come on, guys, try. Hello. If you guys don't know this, you can also say no. But I hope you guys know this.
Anushka knows because she has answered. You can check.
Obviously, she did try it, but actually, I want the each and every. Actually, I am going to give two, two parameters here. One will be IGS. You're correct, almost correct, Anushka. IGS, but there is also something missing here. What I am printing name. Now I have to give dot here. Dot name. The reason I am giving dot here because in this case this is not a pointer. Am I clear? In this case, this is not a pointer. Here, I was sending. This is also not a pointer. I was sending it as an address. That is why it could have been hold like a pointer. Okay, it could have been hold like a pointer. Okay, Shubhrata, I think gave the right answer. So that is why it could have been hold like a pointer because I gave an address here. But since in here, I am not giving it, I'm not treating it like a pointer, I am treating it like an actual value. That is why dot here. Good. So we are done here. Let's see our code works or not. If it breaks, let's hope not. Good. Okay, we have wrote in the same. Oh, yes. Okay, fine. We have wrote in the same way, same file. Again, that same warning. Let's run the code. Enter the lead's name. Was it like this? Oh yes. Enter the lead name. First lead name will be who will be the first one? Anushka, because she wrote first, so that day. Enter the load. Now who wants to be the vice lead? Come on, guys. I want to see who wants to be the vice lead. Okay, it's skipped, I guess. Yeah, it skipped again. You wrote same mistake again. Let's use JTS here. Shivam Kumar Shah. Okay, Shivam, you will be the next vice lead. Let me just change this and use JTS again. Will it be used? Okay.
Okay, start preparing for now. From now.
Let's start here and recompile it again. This is the third pointer. Two, obviously, we use two GetSs. That was two warnings, but I didn't show. So ANU SH Diptodeep. Role will be lead. Then second guy was Shivam Kumar Shah. Shivam. Vice lead. And our next is convener. Who will be the convener?
Bro, we do not have any post called convener. You can call it as like tech lead.
Tech lead. Who wants to be the next tech lead of our club? Simita Chatterjee. Fine. Simita Chatterjee. SRI Shri Tama. Tama. Tech lead. Can you guys see it properly? Guys, type yes if you guys can see this properly. The inputs we have given. Yes, okay, yes. So here are our names. Anushka Dev, okay. Lead name, okay. There is a semicolon, I mean backslash in missing, but here the name Shivam Kumar Shah. and the role is vice lead, and then again lead Shimita Chatterjee, and the role is take lead. So our program is working fine. There is a semicolon, sorry, backslash in missing here. I will give the backslash in here. Now it should work. So I'm not going to run it again. So I hope you guys understood this, how these structures happen. Now let's discuss a little bit about theory of this structure. You guys have learned the implementation of it. Now let's a little bit of theory. What will be the size of this structure? That is the first question I have. What will be the size of this structure? Does anyone have any idea? What will be the size? 40 bytes. Good answer. But 40, how? Okay, let me just check a little bit. Plus padding. So not IGs, but IG. Okay. So someone said 40 bytes. They see it's 40 bytes or not? Or any other idea, any other calculation you guys have? Anyone? Like other than 40 bytes or anything else? Or maybe you agree with 40 bytes? Guys? If you guys agree with 40 bytes, do say yes, I agree with 40 bytes or not. It's your call. Again, we are going to give the lead name, something like ADSD, 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 ADSD. Okay, 40 byte. That is actually correct. So yes, she is correct. Shruti is correct. That is actually 40 bytes. Now, why? Why 40 bytes? The reason is this character has a size of 1. Okay, this character has a, yes, Shubhatu, you're right. This character has a size of 1. And how many of this character I'm taking? I am taking 20 of these characters. Okay, so 20 into 1 will be what? 20. And this character will be another second thing. So this size will be 20 bytes. Again, another role is also taking same amount of bytes, I guess, because it is also a character array. So it is also taking 20 of these characters. So 20. And since these both of them are taking 20 bytes and 20 bytes in structure, these are added. So basically, the total size of the structure of one of the structure will be 40 bytes. Now, the 40 bytes could have changed. For example, if I like have a integer, if I have like some integer, okay, that is maybe the salary. You don't get salary being a club leader, but I don't know so much gets some salary or not. But yes, if it's salary, then obviously the size will be 44. I hope you guys are getting it. And if I have like 20 of the salary amount, which is not possible, but then the total will be 40 plus 20 into 4. 20 for the size of integer, and each integer causes 4. So 20 into 4, that will be how much? 80. And 80 plus 40 will be 120. Just like that. Okay, so this is how these things are happening in structure. And there is also something called union. Union is not really a very big thing, or union is not really used in this, because union was previous version of structure. How union works is union actually takes the maximum that is possible. Okay, so basically, if there is 20, if there is 20, the maximum size is 20. So since we have 80 here, since we have 80 here, So union will have the 80 bytes as its size, and how it works, you guys should, I think, explore better on this. But union is not really used in these days, so yeah, we're gonna skip that. So in here we have learned structures passed by functions. Start passing structure. We have passed the structure to a function here. Here we have passed the structure to a function. Here this is the structure you have passed, and we have also learned nested structures. Oh, by the way, nested structures. There's a good thing. I will teach you guys on nested structures. Okay, nested structure is basically a structure within a structure. Okay, this is kind of what you call it, a head spinning, that a structure within a structure. Yes, actually this is how it works. So first you define the structure before, but I mean, for example, আমি কি বলতে চাইছি এখানে, তুই যে স্ট্রাকচারটা ইউজ করতে যাস, ফর এক্সাম্পল ধরে নে এক্স স্ট্রাকচার ইউজ করবি ওয়াই স্ট্রাকচারের মধ্যে, তো অবভিয়াসলি তোকে আগে এক্স স্ট্রাকচার ডিফাইন করতে হবে। সো you must define the x structure first, then you can use that x structure within the y structure. So we are going to use that structure, struct structure. For example, what should I name it? Members, member, int amount. So basically, amount of members leader can have. So this is the thing. How do you create this structure, right? How do you create the structure? So this is how you create this structure, and how you want to use this structure within the structure. That is, you use struct member. Okay, member, and within that, no, just member, and you're going to create a variable out of this member. The variable can be like number, number. So the member, this struct member, you have created, and you have created a number out of it. How do you access a structure of structure? Similarly, how you have access the role here, you're going to access it like this. Okay, IGS dot num, then dot amount. Amount. This is how you access the structure of structure any. Like for example, you have another structure to it. So basically, you can just create another dot after it. So it is like that. So can you guys tell me, how do you access using this arrow or this address pointer? Anyone can tell me? Guys, come on. Anyone who can tell me how do you access this arrow using these arrows, the structure of structure? Just like this. Just like how you access this using dot, how do you access using arrows? Guys, come on, num amount. Yes, you're there. Arrow use for next part. Yes, not next part, but Shruti, and yes, Shruti is correct. IG arrow num. IG arrow num is true, not num arrow amount. Not num arrow amount. Okay, because this guy is a normal variable here. So this guy is a normal variable, and so when you want to access normal variables where data number, that is amount, you use dot. So use kind of like this. A arrow num dot amount. This is how you access it. No, not like that. No. Sorry guys, but not num arrow. Okay, it is not like that. If you guys have built a pointer of it, if you guys have built a pointer of it, then maybe yes. Then maybe yes. But not if not a pointer, then you have to use it kind of like this. Shruti was right. Okay. So this is how you access a pointer, and nested pointer, basic tips. And we are done with our structures. Shomaraj, I think we are done here. Shall I start the other part?
Yeah, you can start. Before we start, I would like to ask you all that if you have any kind of doubts over the topics, like we had covered everything from basic to a minimal advanced way in the last 3 days. So I would like to ask you guys, if you have any doubts, please write in the chat box, or just let us know that if you have any kind of doubts.
Shomaraj, please do tell me what are the doubts.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. Guys, write the doubts in the chat box, or otherwise, okay. Shruti Rai just asked that why using GetS instead of scanf. Can you please clarify, Diptodeep?
Oh, yes. Actually, normally, we are thinking this. Okay, let's get let's what which program was it here? So basically, you can actually use both. GetS means get string, and you give one now one parameter, that is the string you want to access. Okay, the string's address, basically it's one where you want to start the string. You can also use this method, which I actually made a mistake. That is, I actually didn't give the proper syntax of it. Now I think I know the syntax. Now, if you use %s, just %s, it basically means that whenever it gets a white space character, that can be an enter, that can be an space. Whenever it gets a white space character, it will stop taking input. If you guys are using %s, okay. But if you guys want to take spaces, but you don't want to take new line character or tab, you can use this method, \n and s. This is what I forgot to add an s afterwards. This is the way you can take the also. You can also take the input. This also, I mean, does not takes the what you call it, the new line character. You can also give %t. I think it will also work. And this, if you guys are giving %t, it means it won't take tab as an input. Okay, so you can add anything here. Basically, you can give percent s, I think maybe stands for the space. Okay, so yes, this is how you take the input using scanf. If you are going to take spaces in your variable too, in your string variable too. But if you guys are not taking spaces, so basically, if you guys are taking one word, you can use this. You can simply use this %s. It will still work. Okay. Uh, Instead of scanf, am I a bit confused where you use atto and where? Um,
Okay. Are you done for this question, Diptodeep?
Maybe Shruti, you're right.
Okay,
I
so
think okay. Wait, Suraj, I think someone is a little bit confused regarding the person where they missing,
yeah, that
right?
was I am to, yeah, clarify. Thank you.
Okay. So can you explain the arrow? Sorry, I missed it. Okay. The arrow, basically, when you send a pointer, or basically the reference of some structure, and if that structure contains any such member variables, such as, for example, in our case it was name, it can be role, it can be any structure too, basically any member variable. Okay, so if you want to access that using the address, or basically using the reference of that structure, it is the reference, right? We learned that in the previous in this case, that this is actually call by reference. And when you send this call by reference, you have to access it using arrow. Otherwise, if you are not using call by reference, if you are using normal, like this is the normal variable you have created, basically multiple array of variable you have created, and each of them are a variable. So if you want to do it like this, Attendance is the attendance from. Okay. If you are accessing like this basic normal wise, then you can use dot. But if you're using again, if you're using a reference, that is a pointer, that is like this, you have to use the acceleration section. Arrow. Yes, sir, is correct. To access the member using structure type of pointer, then yes, you have to use the arrow.
So yeah, guys, any more doubts? We are here to resolve. Or otherwise, if you guys are done, we should go for the problem solving part. Yeah, Diptodeep, you can go to the other part, I believe. Okay, okay. Let's move forward,
Okay.
Diptodeep.
Okay, so let's start. So, guys, we have presented something that is, you guys have must have learned a little bit about competitive programming. So, I'm going to give you guys a little bit insight about what competitive programming is, as I am your CP lead. Competitive programming. First of all, let me just explain what competitive programming is. So, obviously, in the name it sounds competitive programming means a competition of programming, right? And the competitive programming actually values how fast you can solve a problem and how efficiently you can solve a problem. Now, why does that require? Okay. Let me get to this part later. Let me just explain why you need competitive programming. Now, if you guys know that you are in obviously in college, obviously you guys are also planning for placements and stuff. So if you guys are playing, if you guys are playing, if you guys are like obviously came into the college just to get placements, obviously you want a good job, you want a very resounding in fan companies, right? Fan companies, if you guys don't know, I would like to ask how many of you know what fan company are? What are the
Okay,
fan companies?
for each character, you guys can tell us the full form of the
Fan.
word fact. Okay, it's currently Mang because Facebook has just bought
It's
Venus.
actually Meta.
Yeah,
Facebook changed its name to Meta.
yeah.
Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google. There is another A you are missing. You guys are missing.
Okay, okay.
Oh, no, no, perfect, perfect. Sorry, I didn't saw another A. Okay, fine. Facebook, perfect. Okay. So, man companies, here's the thing. What you guys write, for example, you guys are going for web dev. So, obviously, you guys are going to learn more about React, JS, all that, right? And if you guys are going for ML, you guys are going to learn Python, right? But if you're going to some FANG companies, they rather use someone else's tech and they want to develop their own tech. If I'm clear, that they want to develop their own tech and they want to explore on it. For example, I think Google has created Kotlin. Am I wrong, Swaraj?
Yeah, can you please repeat? Google?
Yes. Google, both of them, I think they use their own tech. For example, Google Map, they have their own take on it, how
Yeah,
the mapping. Okay,
yeah,
so basically when they actually do not want you to learn thousand different tools, just internal tools. Yes, you're correct. Internal tools, their own tools. So they don't want you to learn thousand different tools from thousand different websites. They just want you to have that core knowledge, that problem solving ability of yours. Because if you have the problem solving ability, they are pretty sure that you can manage anywhere and your learning speed will be excellent and any language they can give you. Okay. And also, if you're in a fan company or man company, whatever, you can shift, they will shift you your position from anywhere to anywhere. So you have to take an experience from different languages. Okay. So you cannot learn all these different languages. So you need to have a general idea. And this general idea is what keeps them making this competitive programming. Competitive programming is basically a competition where multiple programmers decides to optimally write codes, and they write it in a way that so that they can be faster than anyone. Okay, basically, if I'm clear, it's a competition of programming. If it's very simple. Now, why competitive programming? Because in order to do competitive programming, you have to learn something called DSA, DAA. So basically, these are what helps you in this competitive programming. And the reason why they helps you is because they have quite a lot of things, new things. For example, optimization, BGOIN, and all that. Let's not go there. Okay, so let's learn about this competitive programming, and let's give some hands-on and how this competitive programming works. Okay, so I think uh, we have already made a. Okay, first of all, you guys have to create this HackerRank website. If you guys do not have it, create it right now. If you guys want to practice with me,
Okay,
okay.
so can you please explain what is HackerRank? You explained about CP, so yeah.
HackerRank is a website where you solve problems, and there are also multiple different websites. But we usually, generally, our college uses this HackerRank website to host this competition. And this website contains a lot of things. You can go prepare by topic, for example, algorithms. If you are into data structure, even mathematics, if you are into Linux, Cell, Reggae, everything. You will find everything. Statistician needs to be completed in programming. Yes, I think everywhere you go, you have to do problem solving, and problem solving because this problem solving because this CP. There is a lot of things. Even if they have artificial intelligence, and I also saw maybe like if you're a web developer, there is also something called web development thing here. I'm not finding it here, but yes, there is also those things here. So is it free? Yes, it is free. It is very free. You can learn it. They also provide certification. For example, here, if you guys can go here, there's a front-end developer certification, software engineer a lot of things. Their own certification, obviously. So if the HR sees this, they will be like, yes, this guy is certified from HackerRank. Can you explain the benefit we practice? Benefit if we practice in HackerRank, like we have the practice in coding and upgrade our ranks. Yes, as Somraj already said to you, there's a lot of benefits to it. The more you practice, the more you get familiarized with all the problems and all the possible outcomes of the problem. So you get to learn a lot from this. Okay, so this is HackerRank. So I hope you guys go and create your HackerRank account right now. If you guys have the time for it, go ahead. I'm going to take some time. Somraj?
Okay, guys, you guys can create the HackerRank account later also, but I think Diptodeep, we should go for the problem solving part
Yes,
because we are
sure.
lacking of the time.
Yes, yes, sure. First, let's go to some. Okay, so first we have created a bootcamp practice contest for you guys. So you guys can come here and you guys can check out everything. Okay, we're going to the challenges
Bro,
and we're
this
going
is admin dashboard. Can you please open from the contest link over? Yeah,
to,
that is it. That is it.
so we're going to solve two problems here. Let's
Diptodeep, I sent you a different link for that problems. এটা contest link, এটা পরে দেখিস। Okay,
okay.
আমি
So
তোকে
which one?
different link পাঠিয়ে হোয়াটসঅ্যাপটা চেক কর, ওটা টাইপ করে নে।
Okay,
তুই প্রবলেম আই মিন যে সেটটা আছে তার আইডিয়াটা বল না, বেটার হয়। বেস ইউআরএলটা তো সেম।
okay. There is a demo link. Hold on, guys. I'm just opening that demo link. I think this is the yes. This is the demo link. Is it working? Unstop demo. I think Divakar, it is not working.
You can also show from the previous link also. It is just about to show things.
So let's go do some easy problems, guys. Let's solve some easy problems. And I'm going to leave this all these problems for you guys. You guys can take your time, solve them. If you guys can, we will provide the solution link to solution of all these problems. Go here. Okay, so first read the problem. First rule, read the problem. You are given an integer a, b, and c. Your task is to perform the operations. You have to perform some operations. Okay. Calculate the result of a modulus c, the remainder when a is divided by c. Okay. So Divakada already gave you guys the explanation of what modulus is. Calculate the result b modulus c. Sum of the modulus result, find the result this way. Okay. So basically a of, okay, so we got it. And print yes if the modulo sum, okay, of the two modulo sum is equals to this. So uh, basically if I created this guy and if I have this guy and this guy, and if their addition is this guy, then I will print yes for it. Okay, that is the main thing. We are here to take three inputs, and here are the three things, three input types. Okay, first let me explain how this input works. So as you can see, there is a sample input, right? Okay, guys, there is a sample input. And in this sample input, you can say that you have to read the first input format. That will be very helpful for you guys. That test case contains an integer t, the number of test cases. Okay. So basically it meaning the number of test cases we have here. So basically this means the number of test cases we have here. So each test case, three integer a, b, c are provided. So as you can see, there are three obviously integers. So basically this is one test case, and obviously there is another integer, there is another test case, another test case. So and this is also three. That means that this is the first input, and using that first input we are going to take these nine inputs, and each of them contain three input value. Okay, let's do it. And what else? Okay, nothing else. So basically we will write the program in, you can also write in any languages, but okay, it's only C for you guys, because I think you guys should learn about C a little bit more. So let's do this. First we will take the input. By the way, in this case you don't have to show that, you guys don't have to show that enter the value or enter the name or enter the anything. You don't have to give that. Okay, you don't have to give that. Let's do it. Let's take the first input. Let's do it. First input, int n. N means number of integer, number of test cases we are taking, and we are going to use scanf to take those puts. %d. Okay, scanf done. We took the input n. Now what we are going to do? Obviously this is in loop because obviously these three. So there is three input line we can see. If there were four, obviously we would have taken four input line. If there were five, we would have taken five input line. If there were n, basically I don't know, then I have to use loop for taking that n number of input line. I don't want to write three input line for right after each other. That will be time consuming. So we're going to write loop. Zero less than n I plus plus. We are taking the input obviously. So let's take the input, that is first input is scanf. Using scanf, we are going to take three inputs. Scanf %d. Acha, do you guys know that you can take multiple number input using this way? Do you guys know that? Sada, the more our hackering is good, any other website? Definitely. Okay. So do you guys know? Does anyone know how to take multiple inputs in scanf? Does anyone know how to take multiple inputs? Multiple stream, maybe number inputs. What do I have to write here in scanf to take multiple inputs? Guys,
Come on, guys, answer. Viraj Kumar has said.
%d, correct. %d. Yes, correct, correct, correct.
Okay, nice guys.
Ampersand. Let's take three integer values to take this input: a, comma b, comma c. A, comma. Obviously, we have given 3%, so I have to take three inputs. So and now the checking part. Now the checking parts comes in. How we are going to check? Obviously, we are going to check using if else. So first thing first, we are going to save the value of this thing, that is a modulus c. Let's save the value of a modulus c. That might be int x equals to what? A modulus c. Then int y equals to b modulus c. Right, guys? Then we are going to write if else. Obviously, using if else.
Hey Diptodeep, are you there?
Yes, I am there. Okay, so let's continue, guys. X plus y. This should be equals to this thing. That is a modulus b, a plus b modulus c. Then we are going to, if that happens, then we are going to write yes, or else we are going to write no. Okay, someone already did that. That's great. Somraj, someone already did that. Wow.
Okay, okay,
Oh,
okay.
wow.
I believe she is become really becoming the lead next time. Okay, I really appreciate you. Thank you.
Someone actually did. Oh, wow, so fast. Let's write
Okay,
printf yes and backslash n, else printf no, backslash n. I hope I'm right. Done. Okay, we are kind of right, or there is a, oh, I get it. Okay, guys, listen here. So always be sure whatever input output they want, you give them exactly that kind of output. Shall we? So basically, they wanted caps no, I give non-caps no, basically in small letters. So change your output properly the way they want. I mean the organizers. Now let's compile and run the code. Hope we are correct. Yes, we are correct, and we are submit.
okay. So can we test by running that before we submit the code?
Yes, always. Listen, guys. First of all, what I want to see. Okay, fine. Let me get you something.
Okay.
Result. So
So
when
that's how the codes are actually being stored. Like we can come back later and see the solution we had submitted earlier, right?
about a good part about this, but you can actually come back and check the previous code anytime you want. And here is another thing: you can also give custom input if you want to check what you wrote is according to you or not. Maybe you don't want to check according to their output, but you want to check according to your input. Okay, you can also do that using a custom test case. For example, if I give a test case value maybe 3, and we will give like 2, 5, and 6, 4, maybe 4, and I will give here one. This one I will copy it. control V, and maybe like 5, 6, and 7. Okay, if I do that, I should get according to my output. Okay, first one was 2. I don't know how it was, but yes, that is this work. So this is how you can uh, keep your this is how you can keep your answers, and you can check your own using your own custom input and use this run code until unless you are sure that yes, you have wrote the correct code and all the test cases and your own custom test cases matches, then go for submit. Got it, guys? Always remember that I was sure and my test cases did match, that's why I used submit code. Okay.
Okay, so that's how we should actually solve a problem, right? Okay.
Yes, you have to first read the problem. That is the main thing. I telling you guys, read the problem properly. Then read the type of the like not type. My bad. Sorry. Read the input format of the problem. Then what are the constraints? Means how far the output can be, input can be. What kind of big number this input can be. You have to read all that, and obviously read them fast. Read them fast, because you see we're going to start the competition and everybody going to write this code, write this kind of code, everyone. Okay, so obviously you have to be the first one if you want to be stand out from others. So with that, Shomraj, do I have to do any more?
Uh, I believe no, but can you please show the uh, problems list we just prepared for them? Yeah,
Did-
this one. So can you please walk through us like what are the problem? What are the problems is not important, like what they have to do actually.
Okay, for this one, that is reverse check. You have to read it first. As you can see, this number called a number is called palindrome. If it reads backward and forward, you are given a number n, and you are tasked to determine whether it's palindrome or not. Obviously, it means that you have to give the palindrome checking. Palindrome checking. I hope you guys remember the palindrome checking. I think Shivangi did taught you guys what palindrome checking. For example, like.
Race car. You can use race car as the example of palindrome. Like, where why do
Okay,
you read it from front or back? It is same. Yeah.
you
So
okay. Hmm.
I
Go ahead.
believe they can solve now. So yeah,
Okay, so I think I should solve this one. Should I solve this one?
let it be on them because they should actually practice.
I
So
give you guys a brief way of how to solve this one. First of all, I would suggest you guys since these are basic palindrome solving, so I would suggest you guys to go from this side and that side, since these are all in the strings. Sorry, these are all numbers. So if you're going to guys checking this number, there is a way of reversing the number. So find a way to reversing the number. For example, if I give 1 to 3, you should get a output like 3 to 1, and check whether that 3 to 1 is 1 to 3, or I mean the previous number or not. For example, this is 1 to 1, and if you reverse it, you get 1 to 1 again. So this is equal. So you can do it like that. And let's go to other problems. I will just give you guys brief twisted maximum and minimum. Okay, okay, maximum and minimum. Okay, so the contest it will start in 9 minutes. So you guys better prepare yourself.
its average time for solving is 9 minutes, right? You meant it.
No,
Okay.
actually, it's. I think I think the contest will start in 9 minutes.
Okay, that's just for the dummy timing. You guys can actually solve it anytime, as Ritam said to you guys. So yeah, I believe they can actually see the problems now. And if you get stuck in any problem, you guys can share your doubts in the Unstop Igniters group. It is totally open for you. You can utilize it totally. So yeah, I believe Diptodeep, we are done here.
Okay, so thank you guys for having me. And with that, I'm stopping the screen sharing. Thank you all.
Okay.
And,
Okay, do not leave anybody because we are gonna share the attendance from now. because without feeling that, you cannot actually avail the certificate for the bootcamp. Yeah. Okay. Just give me a minute. Just don't leave. And till then, I would like to thank Diptodeep for giving us a grand end game for this bootcamp. And we appreciate you guys for having us and also interacting with us throughout these 3 days. It was really hard work for the speakers and for the organizers as well. And we really love you that you really attended this. So yeah, I dumped down the attendance form here. So yeah, you guys can fill it up. And I would actually like to thank ᴘᴏᴍᴘᴇᴛɪᴛɪᴠ as well, because he has come and saw what we are doing, and really it means an appreciation for us. Like, sir really supported us. Thank you, sir, for being here. Yeah, you can use the college mail ID, and also you can use the personal mail. It's your choice to any. Okay, so Diptodeep, are we okay, Ritom or Diptodeep, anybody? Do we have anything more to announce? Like, I believe that there is something left, right?
I think Ritom is here. I think Ritom can explain it better. Ritom, I don't think he is here.
Okay, I think his voice is cracking. Okay, yeah, I get it. So yeah, actually we are going to organize one MCQ based C programming quiz on this weekend. So we are going to announce that soon, and that will be open for a limited time, just like an examination, you can consider it. So you guys can actually participate in it and actually test your C knowledge. Yeah. Attendance form is not working. What? Let me see. No, it is totally opening, and it is open. You can try it from any other mail. Yeah. Why we have only one section? Yeah, you can give it like a section if you have only one section in CSEIML, or if you are from electrical. So yeah. So we are going to have one quiz format based C programming on this weekend. So we are going to announce that in a big level in the group as well. But we are giving you like an intimation, like it will be a brand. Okay, so guys, thank you to all of you. And after you fill up the form, I think we can leave. So you can leave. A very good night to you all. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for being here, and thank you all juniors. Yeah. Okay. So we will organize more. Thank you for motivating us. Yeah. Thank you to all. Okay, okay. Just provide good feedback so that we can actually get motivated. Yeah. I'm providing again. Yeah, for each day, actually, attendance sheet was given, and on the basis of the attendance you have given, we will issue the certificate and mail you to the mail you provide in your Google form. Yeah, because we all live in India, right? So we do not need any kind of country code. Yeah. Okay, if you are from CSE, IML or electrical, you can use section A because it's only one section. Yeah, yeah. After you fill up the form, if you are done, you can leave. We are okay, Pritha. You can DM any of us from the Unstop Igniters group. We will see what actually. Uh, okay, DM us. Y- Yeah, you will get our numbers from the. Okay, okay, sure, sure. Ha ha ha, ekdom. So yeah, I believe everyone is done, and now I am actually going to end this meet over here. So thank you, everyone. Yeah.